Welcome. This is our podcast, and it is called Betwixt Thots. This podcast is a wholesome little girl chat, for the modern Weeabae, correct?
Correct. Weeabaes, and we love a good Weeabae in this house. And Weeabaes are he's, she's, theys. It's a human that loves nerdy shit, but guess what? You're also a hot person doing nerd shit. And dare I say that gives you the spice, the personality.
That's necessary. If you hear the pitter-patter of feet, that is one of our mascots, my dog Zuri. Our other mascot could not be here today, but we have brought his representation.
It's like Naruto with like the little wood, the substitute jutsu. This is him.
Oh.
My tiny 5-pound chihuahua could not make it because I was carrying too much shit, and I was like, you know what, this dog doesn't need. He doesn't need to be isekai'd right now. He's fucking tired.
He's so cute. We will miss him. I'm glad we have his representation, chihuahua representation.
Krubert no jutsu in this bitch.
Oh, Krubert.
Krubert. My favorite is when people are like, so what does crew mean? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't name my dog. He was originally my cousin's dog, and they named him after J. Crew, like the little posh brand. And I can't relate. So when people tell me what's his full name, I say Krubert.
And I love that. And I prefer that, to be honest. Like, that is what you need to go with at all times. Krubert the third.
Third of his name?
Third of his name. No other Kruberts in the family. Just him.
Just him.
Oh, I love that. Anywho. Yes, Crew is represented here. He's with us in spirit. But, yeah. This first episode of her name, I forgot what we were going to start with.
We were talking about Weeabaes, and Weeabaes are hot humanoids, hot people that just love nerd shit. Especially, and we all know, fucking like nerd shit, not like, oh my god, I like Marvel.
Hey!
And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, actually, did you know this very particular game?
Yes, I do know that. I have experienced that on many occasions. That's a different episode altogether. But when would you say that you discovered that you were a Weeabae? That's not a question that we had thought of, but it just hit me.
Oh my god. Like, don't talk to me right now. I'm doing hot nerd girl shit.
Hot nerd girl shit. Like, when did you have your, oh shit, excuse me, I'm busy right now moment for the first time?
I think it was literally when there's like too many cosplay moments of just a blur of just confused
in case
screaming.
y'all didn't know, she is a professional cosplayer.
Absolutely not. Wait,
100.
We didn't even introduce ourselves. We're just talking.
Oh my
like
god!
random
Hello,
strangers.
Hello. In case you didn't know, my name is Sarah,
and I'm Ellie.
and
Oh my god!
welcome.
Wow. Do we need to retake this?
Absolutely not.
Is this the part where we do a hard cut?
Absolutely. But we're keeping it in. Not redoing anything. Yes, she's a professional cosplayer.
Absolutely
in case
not.
you didn't know.
I just have too much time on my hands, and it's like if I can't touch this character, I'm gonna become this character.
But professional nonetheless.
Mm-mm.
But please continue.
What the fuck is happening right now?
It's quality content anyway. Continue. Keep going.
As a cosplayer that has been cosplaying for way too damn long, like in 06, some people have not been alive at that point.
There are people that were born in 2006.
And they're like sentient.
And they're like sentient adults.
Oh, God. They're adults?
Pretty much, right?
Oh,
They close. They'd be what, like 15 years old?
Oh god.
Anyway.
The perfect age to be the main protagonist in like a mecha anime.
Right? They are out
Goddamn.
here being alive. Anyway.
In the streets. Anyways, yeah, I think there was like too many moments that like are a blur of just confusion, like that Mr. Krabs meme of just like the blur everywhere. But I feel like my favorite moment, my favorite unfavorite moment, was that joke that I made earlier when we were getting ready, where I said, and they smell good too. When we were just minding our business at a con, and we saw these men, and I was in 2B, and I was borrowing a sword from someone, and I was trying to hold it in a non-threatening way around these guys because they clearly were not con-goers. They were just vibing. And then the guy was like, oh, don't stab me, don't stab me. And I was like, fucking hate my life. And then as you walked by, this bitch smells good, by the way. And so when we walked by, they said, and they smell good too.
That was literally, and you know what's so funny is I did not hear that. And like the selfish bitch that she is, she was like, you know what I'm gonna tell her? That they said that. I could have gone my entire life without knowing that information.
If I have to suffer, you do too.
I love you.
And the thing is that I didn't even hear that. The thing is that like our like my husband Jeremy and our friend Mike was in the back of like our group, the way that our little formation was, and they heard it and they were like, what the fuck did they just say?
And then of course played telephone through. They were like, oh, guess what? And then this one was like, oh, Sarah, guess what they just told me they said.
Yep.
So that was when you, I feel like you've known before that though, that you were a Weeabae.
I don't know. I just feel like there's just times where I'm just like, I don't know what's happening, and I just become self-aware, and I feel like an alien in my own body. Sometimes I'm like being aware of cosplay. I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, I get it. It would still, that's,
Yeah, but I feel like it's just always cosplay, and it's like, cosplay's not consent. If you've tried to fucking touch a person without their consent, fuck you.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, there's been like incidences and such as like of just guys being fucking weird, just unprompted. And literally, if anyone tries to come at us with the not all men, shut the fuck up.
Nobody asked you.
Get the fuck out of here.
You are on the wrong podcast.
You're on the wrong ass podcast. Get the fuck out of here.
But agreed. Cosplay is not consent, and stop being fucking weird.
Yeah. So like, I think there was another moment where our friend Erica and I, like, we cosplayed, I literally can't remember the actual name of it, like the Japanese version, but literally the translation was like Bikini Zombie Slayers. And I cosplayed like the little sister who's like in a schoolgirl outfit, and like our friend Erica, sweet Erica, was literally in a bikini, and it was literally a bikini with like a feather boa with like a cowboy hat, and she had a sword. And just the heart of the swarm in this bitch. It was like descending into hell, and I remember there was like very distinct moments where guys, like, you felt someone just like slid their hand down, and we just stopped and we're like, hands up, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it was literally heart of the storm in this bitch. And luckily, like, my husband Jeremy was also like our bouncer essentially. He's like, do not fucking touch them, or like, get the fuck out of the way, do not be fucking weird, all that kind of shit. Heart of the storm in this bitch. But that's like my most distinct one. Oh, and then yeah, it's just,
you're just like, you're like, the laundry list continues.
We can make this into a separate episode. Look, we're brainstorming right now.
Oh god, gotta love cosplay and cons.
I was gonna say, what about you though? Show and tell. You've had an incident or two, haven't you?
That's not specifically when I think I realized like I was like a nerdy person. That's I mean, let's be real, I'm very cute. That was very cute. But yes, I've had like to be honest, so for those that don't know, I don't cosplay, not really. Only started relatively recently. Only done like 3 costumes, like that's it. But I've only had one incident, most recent con, I was dressed as Barrett. And it's interesting to see like what titties will do to people. Like the minute a low cut top comes into play, which by all means show off what you got, but like it's just fascinating because it's like as you're walking by, you like hear things, or like people will do that. We've talked about that creepy thing where they're just like, let me get a picture with just Tifa.
No, not even. I was
just
as
the Tifa. And you're just like, oh dear God, please go away.
As you'd say though, deadass, I literally was in a Walmart at Tifa. Oh wait, no, I could talk, anyways, that's not the point. We'll talk about that later. But like deadass, I was in Walmart at Tifa, and I was in her default purple blue-ish dress. And my favorite was I was standing next to this one in Barrett, and people were like, can I just Barrett. Also, I apologize if people aren't into
no.
I'm so sorry.
ASMR.
And then we like click on random
And then just like start tapping on things. Yes, and that was my first experience because the other two cosplays that I did not have that. People were just like, oh, May's so cool. Like the costume was really cool. Shout out to her for doing it for me and making all of the things.
94 hours.
Love you. You're a delight. And then like I've done like a casual futaba. So like nobody, but the minute clavicle came out, people were just like, no. And this is why when you're talking about some nonsense about...
Look, we could literally make a whole ass episode.
Literally, and maybe we should. We'll add that to the list. But in terms of like me being like, oh, I'm a nerd that's like into like other shits, I would actually say I like thought of that later because I think when I was a young buck, I actively tried to avoid being like more like into makeup, into fashion, kind of... Not girly because I don't think I'm girly now, but like more
With
girly.
Shh.
Nobody asked you. Well, like I used to kind of actively be like, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm not like the other girls.
Right. I feel like a lot of women or a lot of people that like identify as female, like they go through that phase of like I want that validation of like I'm cool. I don't need
I'm
to
one
wear
of the
pink.
guys. I don't wear makeup.
Oh my god, it's like I don't know how you could like wear and do all this when I just roll out of bed. It's like yeah.
Yeah, and then like at one point I just like was like, wait a minute. I do like doing this. I do like this other thing, but I also still like nerdy, stupid shit. And then yeah, and I would say it probably happened like maybe late teens, maybe early 20s even, when I finally was like, okay, I'm kind of into like hot girl shit, but also stupid shit.
Right. I don't know. I just feel like with me, it's constant like Mr. Krabsing meme of just like the swirls of like I don't fucking know what's happening. I don't know where I am, who I am. Even when we were setting this shit up, I was perpetually just confused. We made the mistake of taking soju shots and then finishing setting up, and I was like, oh.
It adds spice to the setup. You know what I'm saying? Whole spices.
Whole ass spices.
So then, for your like fashion journey, then would you say you've always kind of been the same, like glittery cats and squirrels? When I met you, you were cats and squirrels.
I looked like a Pokemon trainer.
I loved it. And story you didn't ask for, the first time we saw her, because we worked together first, and I just, out of the corner of my eye, I see her show up with her cute little like galaxy leggings on, and I just remember thinking, she's so cute, and I even complimented you on your leggings.
It's true. I remember the very first thing is like I noticed her like bedazzled Decoden inspired like lanyard.
Oh god.
And when I say lanyard, if you know, you know. That retail life.
The retail life.
And I was like, this bitch likes sparkly Asian shit. And I said, I'm a sparkly Asian shit. I think we'll get along just fine.
Yep. Were you wrong? Were you wrong? Oh god. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. But would you say you've always been cats and squirrels?
Absolutely not. I like when it comes to my fashion journey, I definitely was like, it was weird because like my mom did not let me grow my hair out as a child, so I thought by default.
I didn't know that.
No, because of like my eczema, grayscale gang, rise up. Like she just wouldn't let me. She just refused to let me grow out my hair because it was like it's itchy for like a 5-year-old. Because I don't know, you're fucking 5, you don't know any better, right?
Yeah.
You don't know, and like I'm assuming that like when you have a whole ass 5-year-old, it's like a lot to like take care of the hair versus like it's just short and they just roll out of bed and it's fine.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. You just like run a brush through it and be done.
Yeah. So my mom refused to let me grow out my hair because of like my eczema and shit. So by default, I thought I was like, I don't know, a tomboy, and like I was very much a daddy's girl. Like we'd go fishing and shit like that, and like I looked like a physical boy. We'll pull up a picture. This is the part where
We'll add that in.
Add that in. Me and my little unibrow, my little bowl cut, were just minding our business. And I just remember I desperately wanted to be so curly so bad, but I just got like ugly hand-me-downs, and like I just wasn't allowed to like have cute dresses and stuff because there was no reason to like dress up. So then I carried that into like preteen, like early teens, and I was very Avril Lavigne. Again, if you know, you know. It's like the ties with the shits and everything.
Yeah.
And that was like my peak weeb stage. So like it looked like, is the Goodwill going on sale in the belt section or is it me? Like, it was just belts on belts and a lot of black and a lot of zippers and just hoping things stick. So it was a lot of carrying to that. And then I think not even until I got older, like essentially when I met you, like when I got into like my early adulthood, like 18 or whatever the shit, that's when I like overcompensated and started getting like really, really girly. Because I think my gateway was like visual K, where it's like it was very edgy but very like feminine at the same time. And then that's when I overcompensated and I started looking like a Pokemon trainer, like all the Peter Pan collars, all of the circle skirts, cats and squirrels. That's what this one called it.
Yep, that's what I called it. I was like, your vibe is like very cute. Cats and squirrels.
Cookies and pies.
Cookies and pies. I mean, in the best way though.
Yeah, and like, look, as all the fashion dweebs know, as you say, you know, that like the big thing was circle skirts and like was a bow prints everywhere and like sparkly peplum. It was like it was peplums and then it was like Peter Pan collars, but like bedazzled and shit, right? And it's like that was like it. That was truly it. And then I feel like as I got older, I've been trying to not mellow out, but like really try to find my style, especially with the panini and this shit, like you know. And I feel like I like not recently, but like later on, I just kind of lost my style and just started going with whatever is trendy. So it's a lot of like trying to find myself. But how I see my style nowadays is like edgy, feminine. This is not a good example, but
this was intentional. This was a Twin Stars moment. This was intentional. Don't worry.
Yes, and then again, if you know, you know. It's literally those little bitches, those little like baby angel bitches.
Little baby angel bitches. The technical term. The technical term for them. The baby angel bitch.
Baby angel bitch. But yeah, it's like some days I love, like my consistent thing is like I enjoy pink, I enjoy leather, and I enjoy lace. Variants of that. But what about you? Enough of me talking.
Loved that.
I love slices.
I love slices. I would say like my fashion, like when I finally got to dress myself. So my mom, she I don't really know how she dressed me. I guess the best way I describe it is just like little kid, you know, just like little kid clothes, you know, like you go to JCPenney and you go to the little kid section and you pick the like sets that match.
Why do I think I remember that one show, the couch show? That girl?
Yeah,
girl?
kind of. Yeah, it's like overalls, little stripy shirts.
Wait, is it giving me Susie Carlisle?
Yes, I was giving Susie Carmichael with all my like barrettes in my hair and like, you know, like that was how my mom dressed me, was just like a little kid in the 90s. And then kind of once I was able to dress myself, I also, so many belts, so many zippers.
Nomura, the true fashion influencer. Tetsuya Nomura.
Truly the influencer.
Because I know you're totally listening to this right now.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He is subscribed. I just like lots of belts, lots of ties, the little like chain,
the chain was chaining.
Wallet chain was chaining on my pants.
Dare I say you were off the chain?
Oh.
Look, throwbacks.
Ma'am. And yeah, like I leaned into kind of that like, very much. I was a big Avril fan. She was out here creating an entire lifestyle, but Avril Lavigne, pop punky kind of vibe.
It's literally giving. It's literally the like when we were in middle school and like when Avril Lavigne was like it. That was literally when Kingdom Hearts came out too.
Yes.
We just aged ourselves. We just outed our age. Anyway.
Yes. But it's so true. Like I remember that came out and I was like, oh my god, he looks so. Oh god. Oh, yes.
Yes. The gorilla grip of Nomura and Avril Lavigne. They should have collabed. They should still.
Nomura, I know you're watching. Avril, I know you're also watching. Miss Levine, it's not too late.
Look, I'll help you, please. I got this. This is like literally my dream job.
It's so true. Well, like, yeah, I was very much so into that, and then kind of as I got into high school, I just leaned even further into like the emo scene sort of vibe. Tragic.
We would have been so butteroonies.
I think so, because tragedy, heavy bang,
yes,
the skinniest pants I could find.
Look, I remember my first pair.
Same. I was overjoyed.
It's giving Utada Hikaru's.
You are not wrong. Like, I remember I begged my mom. She finally like bought me a pair. Yes, there was a time when skinny jeans weren't the norm, and you had to like go and search for them. And I remember being over the moon that she finally bought me a pair that I could walk. And I used to wear like my Vans and
I couldn't get Vans. I wasn't allowed to have Vans.
Really?
Because they're like, they broke eventually because it was fabric on top. So then my mom's like, why the hell do you want like bitch ass fabric shoes? That's stupid.
The only reason that my mom got me Vans was because basically I had begged, and so I got one pair for my like school shoes when we did like back to school shopping, and she was like, these have to last you all year. Like these have to, the replacements are going to be some shoes I gotta like pay less. And I was like, all right. And so I used to quite like protect because I was like, you're not gonna take my cool skate shoes from me.
Look, the absolute coochie gorilla mega donkey grip, the gripolocity.
The gripolocity.
This is the part where you zoom in. The gripolocity of those damn Van shoes, and people drew on them.
Yep.
And Converse. Oh my god, I was not allowed to get those, and I was so desperate and thirsty and sad. And this is like the peak emo look that I strive for. I wanted the stripe arm warmers with with a My Chemical Romance t-shirt. It was like my dream outfit, and then with like a tutu with the little striped socks on top.
I never got. My mom wouldn't let me get the arm. That was too much.
I snuck them. I bought those bitches without my mom knowing.
She never let me get those. And then I remember I wanted a wallet chain, so like the chain. She felt like they were too quote unquote masculine, and so she let me get a knockoff one that clipped to my belt loops and had like stars on it. And she
so cute though.
And she was like, that's what you can have, but you can't have like a just like quote unquote manly wallet chain on your pants. And I was like, okay. And so that was me in high school. And then like I said, I hit adulthood and I started getting more into just like other kind of fashions, particularly kind of what I talked about earlier. I discovered for me gyaru, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. And then I had a hard shift into I want to try and look kawaii, and then and I would say now it's kind of more, I don't really know, I just grab things that I like.
There's nothing wrong with that, and dare I say it's the spice. It's like there's nothing wrong with like, I don't know, I feel like it's such a bummer and it makes me sad. I guess like secondhand, like, you know, you just tend to be harder on yourself versus like if you hear a friend say it. But it does bum me out when I hear people, like whether it's friends or acquaintances or even strangers online, they're just minding their business and airing out their shit. And I'm like, no, you shouldn't feel that way. Of like, no, you should, that's the thing I love about fashion is that you can literally wear whatever the fuck you want. Who the fuck's gonna say something? As long as you're not like, as long as the cops aren't gonna like fucking tackle you to the ground because you are wearing something obscene, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, you know, like, that's the thing I love about it is that you should grab whatever the fuck you want to wear, and it's not like, oh, you were wearing this color and you never, it's like, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I felt for a while I was just like, oh, not bad, but just kind of like, oh, I don't have a style, because like, it's like some days I want to look more boho, some days I look a little more grungy, some days I want to look like more cute, or I guess like feminine, you know, definition of feminine or whatever. And so it's just like, for a while I did feel kind of like, oh fuck, I don't have a style. But then I was like, well, I mean, I like what I like. Exactly. So that is my style, you know? Yeah. I don't know. That's my thoughts on that. But yeah, that's I think that's kind of where I come from. So then, question. Circling back to young you. Yes. So was there, I know you wanted the armbands, but did you have any other like white whales that you never got?
Good God, what do I not want? See, the joys of growing up poor, like thank God.
Girl. Trusting. Big sting.
It's like, is it giving character development or is it saving myself embarrassment from that?
Oh.
It's one of them. Oh. But I just remember there was like, when I discovered cosplay when I was like a whole ass like 14-year-old, I clamored and I dreamed of like wearing those actual outfits. Like, and again, anyone remember Chobits? That bitch, Chi, the main character, when she would, like all of her outfits, I just wanted it so bad. And it was like when I was in my like Avril Lavigne stage of like whatever, and I just like, it was like I wanted that like beautiful feminine, like ultra feminine, so it's like, it's pink, it's ruffly, it's ribbons, it's lace. Where is it going? We don't know. It's just there. It's on you. It's beautiful. And I just remember I wanted it so bad. And there was this particular dress, the part where we put the little
in the atmosphere above.
Vanna White in this bitch. Crew White in this bitch. But there was this particular dress that I like would physically would have died for, and it's like a pink dress and it's a high-low, and it's like, again, we don't know where these ruffles are going, but the ruffles are ruffling, and it's just like a high-low, and it had like peasant, like puffy sleeves and everything. But dare I say, this bitch, like Clamp with Chobits, those bitches did not miss. Every single outfit was so good, and I desperately I just wanted all those outfits, but I couldn't afford it, so, as a 14-year-old, let alone, you know.
I mean, you're an adult now.
It's true. The other day I became very self-aware. We just passed Halloween, and I was like, I could have been that bitch cheap.
You could have.
I could have lived my dream.
You could
lived my truth.
Lived your truth. Not even your truth. Next time.
Next time. But what about you?
I would say mine. Oh, my friend is here.
I don't know if she's on camera.
That's fine. Hello. I would say that mine. So there were two. There's a stupid one, and then there was like, I guess, a fancier one. So the stupid one was that I always wanted a pair of trip pants.
Yes.
And I never got them. My mom thought they were ugly, first of all. And then on top of it, they were really expensive. Like, so expensive. Like, I mean...
And you're like a whole ass baby. It's like, who can afford like, what, $150 pants?
Yeah, they were like $100 to $150. And I never got a pair. Never. And I used to stare. I used to go into Hot Topic and just look at them and like gently caress them. And like be like, I want these pants. Like when I went to the mall with my friends. And I would just look at them deeply.
Yeah.
And then quietly just like never, and to be honest, I don't know why I've never bought a pair as an adult, but
it's true. And like, speaking of trip pants, there's too many. Again, it's just a blur. It's just a blur. I'm sorry, I have no memory retention. But like, I just remember there was another pair of pants. They were skinny pants, but they had like the little X on them, little suspenders, useless suspenders, and they were half plaid and half black.
Ooh.
Yup. With zippers.
Okay, that's kind of cool for now.
They were so damn cute, and I just remember I wanted them so bad, and it just got so sad because my mom said I looked like a hooligan, so of course I couldn't get them. But you know,
those actually sound cool. Like, look, even for now, you know, those types of things, the youth, they're dressing that way now.
That's
again, true. I guess.
You'll love to see it.
Yeah, and then the only other thing that I went to go push my glasses up and they're not there. The only other thing I could think of, like off the top of my head, that I wanted was a jewelry item again. It was, I don't know if you remember, I don't remember what brand it was, but there used to be these like chain necklaces that had like a lock on them.
Oh my god, memory core unlocked.
Right?
Stop. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? I don't remember what they were. What were they?
I called them lock necklaces, but it's giving, again, for all of my weebs out there, Nana. It's giving Nana, like one of the characters wore like, it was literally a padlock chain necklace, and then the girl carried like the key.
Yeah.
It was so fucking cute. Yeah, I wanted those bitches so bad.
There was, I don't remember what it was, but I remember I would see them, and I would be like, oh my god, I want one of those. And once again, my mother was like, who do you think you are? Absolutely not. I'm never buying that for you. And I was just like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. It's just, it's like, I get it, and it's like, yeah, it's character development, but like, you know, we could not have these things, but can you imagine if we had like the cash money and how embarrassing it would be to look back on those pictures now?
I mean, the pictures are bad enough anyway, so at least I would have looked cool in the moment.
It's true, picture. Oh, but it's just, I don't know, it's just so many white whales as a child, you know?
Yeah. Do you have any white whales right now? As an adult?
So many.
The hard turn.
The hard turn. I don't even know where to start. But my current white whale, I have too many, but the one that I can think of that's very chi-like is from this brand, and I think they're called Daisy TV or Daisy TV. But it's an Australian brand, and they have this like very futuristic but very feminine looking dress that I am absolutely obsessed with that costs more than my life.
I heard something beeping. Okay.
Yep. Okay. And this is the part where we edit that part out. Got it!
Got it.
But it's just so cute because it's very futuristic in a sense of like it's like a corset with like, and it's very sculpted corset looking little cup, and it's like a white dress, but then the bottom half of the dress is like tiny little micro pleats that make like a lettuce hem at the bottom, and it's just so cute. And then like at the bottom of the corset part has like little strings like that, like, you know, more traditional corsets have.
Yeah.
And it has little hooks on it, and it's just so cute. This is the part where we add the little graphic.
You'll have to send it to me.
Yes.
Wait, what color is it? Did you already say that?
Yes, it is white. So it's literally like, okay, I live in the year 3000, but I can look feminine and not, you know what I mean? Because I feel like when people think of like future, like there's no, like in the future you don't see frills, you don't see like femininity. It's just like clean lines.
That is very true. Like whenever you see stuff that's like futurism or like, I don't want to say a trigger word for you, but cyberpunk like, that's a different episode, don't worry.
Already planning it.
You're already planning it.
No more, I know you're clamoring for it.
Oh God, I'm so happy he's such a fan of ours. When you like see stuff like that, it is very much so always like clean lines, hard edges, leather, vinyl, and like, which is okay, cool, but it's like we lose all ability to use chiffon in the future.
Absolutely, chiffon is like I don't know, gold in this bitch, so
right?
That's why everything must be clean lines.
Interesting.
But, yeah.
Okay, that sounds cute. I've never heard of that brand before.
Oh, it's my white. Okay, unrelated. It's my white dress that I have, like the one with the pirate looking one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So for those that don't know, that brand in particular, they got kind of popular. I don't fucking like. They got well known for this one dress that I actually purchased, and it's a white dress, but it's like a corset dress with like little straps at the bottom. It has like these billowy pirate looking sleeves. It's so fucking cute, and I love it so damn much.
It is a really cute dress.
And it's literally like, if I was a fucking video game character or like cartoon character, that would be my default outfit. But because it's white, it just circles back to me being terrified of wearing it. You know what I mean?
So I think my white whale is similar.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's not a specific dress. So, like, I have a couple of white whales. So there's like a pair of sneakers, which I've told you about before, that I want them so badly.
Indiana Jonesing.
But they're so expensive. They're like $1,500.
Ah!
They weren't original
Where's my
price.
house?
So original price, they were
Where's
like
my
$200. But now, because of like, you know, resale and stuff, it's the off-white Nikes. Want them so bad. Desperately want them so bad, but I just cannot justify paying $1,500 for like a pair of shoes that were once $200. And also that I don't have a pair of anything that's $1,500. So
I was gonna say, at that point, that's when you put them in individual clear plastic bags
and never wear them.
And then you wear them out like that.
Oh my God. Could you imagine? You're just walking around the city with like clear like Ziplocs strapped around your feet.
Yes.
No. No. So there's those, but then I actually was thinking about this like after we talked about this before, and like is this going to get us canceled on the first episode?
God.
Maybe. So I have a joke, and I can make it because I'm black, about white dresses. Particularly, no. Particularly, like long, sort of like cottage core-y, like type dresses. Is this a safe space to say the joke? I'm gonna say it. Whatever. I worry when I see a lot of those types of dresses. I always crack and make fun that it makes me think of like when you see those movies about like slavery, and they're just like you know the ones I'm talking about. People don't act like you don't know. And so I always refer to them as LOL slave dresses. And I was thinking about it, and I really want to be able to find a dress like that, like a long, white, flowy, feminine dress that I don't feel like looks like I'm an extra in the movie The Color Purple. Like, that is something I really want to find. It's fine. Because I'll see other girls like on TikTok and Instagram and they look so gorgeous. Like that one girl you showed me that time. That looks so cute in like the like very like ethereal cottagecore, like long flowy white dress vibe. And I've yet to find a dress that I wear that I'm just like, I don't feel that way in. Do you know what I mean?
Can I?
Go for it. This is fine. This is what we call a comfortable conversation.
This bitch wanted me to wear her concealer. And for those listening, the spoiler is that I am not a black person. And the fact that this bitch,
I want to get her canceled very badly.
how did I do to you? Hello? Excuse me?
It's my personal mission to get you canceled. I'm just kidding. It was a jokey joke. I know you weren't
too hard to decide.
I knew you weren't gonna use my concealer.
It's because one time I was here and we were like shooting and I forgot my concealer like a dum-dum and I was panicking and this is the problem with diversity.
Wait, this is the problem. Well, it was so stupid too because it's like I didn't even think about it at the time because she was like, oh, I have concealer and I was like, oh no, was it concealer or was it the setting powder?
It was concealer and then you joked about putting setting powder on top of it.
No, just me. I thought it was funny. Anyway, so yes, continue. Sorry, it's fine.
I returned a dress because you said that.
Wait,
and
did you?
Yes. I got a white dress and then I was like, no, I think I like it, but I can't tell. And then you said offhand, you didn't see the dress. She never like saw the dress and be like, you look normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, I heard her voice echoing, like oscillating around like a pinball in my brain, in my frontal cortex, dare I say, of just slave dresses. And I was like, you know what, I don't. You know what, I can't.
Stop!
And it's like, I understand that, again, the problem was diversity. This is like, literally, I was just minding my business. And I understand that it's a different issue for her as a black woman, but for me as a plot twist, I'm Asian woman. But
I just love the idea of my voice just like floating through your mind. You're just like looking at this dress and you just hear slave dress.
You know what it was? The way that it, like, this is how it was echoing and oscillating in my brain, right? This is the part where we put the graphic up. It's like, like news, like breaking news, the slave dress, like it was literally like at the bottom.
Banner going across the bottom.
And it was like in red, like warning,
That's
slave
the
dress.
that I want to have.
And I just remember I felt a certain way about the dress, but like I saw it, I was like, I can't in good conscience. I don't know what it is, but I cannot in good conscience. And it was a little sus on me, like just the way it fit.
Yeah.
So it just
You just weren't loving it, and
I wasn't make loving it, and then literally just
the slave dress commentary
warning.
really made it better.
Yes.
I would be interested if anybody else feels the same way I do, because I can't possibly be the only one. Like I said, I love the idea, and like we've had like cottagecore like picnics and I love the aesthetic of it. But I just have such a hard time, in particular with like finding that like perfect like ethereal white long dress that does not automatically make me think of that. So that is my white whale. If anybody knows, if anybody has a recommendation,
Namora, you want to design something?
if you got a rep or you want to design me something, feel free.
Truly.
Of just like a really pretty, like I could frolic through some fields on a countryside.
Picking apples with the homies.
Yes, exactly. Picking apples with the homies. Type of white dress. That would be really cool. But that I thought about that afterwards. I was like, that's actually a white whale of mine.
That's actually hilarious. Okay, not to like, actually let's keep going. You know what, nothing matters.
Lean in.
When nothing matters becomes nothing matters. But there's actually this really cute dress, I call it my Sophie dress, that I got on Amazon.
Oh, the howl.
Yeah, the howl one. So for those that don't know, I have this like cottagecore looking dress that's like a shearing? Wow, fake fan of fashion.
Wow.
Shearing, it's like the elastic shearing, and then it has like puffy sleeves, and it's like, and you can wear it like up or like, down to your shoulder, and it's like a midi style dress, supremely comfortable, and this bitch comes in like billions of colors. So, I mean, there's that, and I feel like, dare I say, she does not miss. Every time I've shown people this dress, people have purchased it and like lost their goddamn titties over it, so.
An influencer.
Maybe. Look, you influenced me with slave dress. Warning.
I'm sorry. It just came to mind, and I didn't think about it, and I just was like, oh, ha. And then shoveled off after I ruined your life.
No, and it's fine. I mean, it was like, the dress, honestly, it was okay, and it looked way too cute on the model. Can I tell you the irony?
What?
The model was...
She was brown?
Yes. She was a black woman.
See, okay. I'm not saying all,
Okay.
I feel like I need to clarify. It's not that I'm saying all long white dresses are immediately like slave looking on black women. That's not what I'm saying. Okay? Clearly I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I think like you have to have for me, like you have to have the right dress, and it has to be like modern enough of a cut, or like there has to be enough of like elements that are like modern, unique, different, whatever, that like you were saying, like that one where it's got like the corset bodice and like, I don't know, it has to have something, because I just like, if I see just like a plain like long lace or like a plain just like long cotton dress, that is what comes to mind. I'm sorry. For me personally.
So one of the dresses that I brought like wears like a fucking showroom bitch.
Love it.
What is it? Mary Kate.
The Mary Kay. You're just
Mary
like,
Kay.
Here's all of my things that I brought.
When I was like thinking and picking outfits, I had my long white lace dress, and I was like,
it was.
You know
I'm sure it looks great on you.
I call it my haunted doll dress. Tune in for more later. It'll eventually pop up. It's one of my favorites. Do I look like a haunted Victorian doll?
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
figure it out. I like the flick. I'm like flicking too hard. I'm flicking too close to the sun.
I'm flicking too close to the sun. Yes, that's my way.
Okay, now I have a personal Ringu grudge, and I will find. Look, I've like found this bitch like some cute ass shit before, so now it's my personal Ringu grudge.
I love it. Every time I'm like, oh, I'm looking for this one misc thing. Next thing I know, she's just like swung into my like inbox or my DMs, and I'm just like, all right, and purchase.
Look, I gotta get an affiliate code up in this bitch.
You really do. Where's the affiliate link, man?
I was even showing her this like cute ass little like AirPod charm thing, and this is the part where we just like have a picture.
Oh yeah,
And
super cute.
It's just so cute. It's like peak Y2K. She's just purple and like candy looking.
I love
It's
that.
precious.
Oh man. So then I have a question. So I know you said that your style has changed.
Yeah.
Do you think that young you would be into what you now are wearing?
I
Like you
think-
now.
What is young? What is young? What is youth?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's say like let's do two parts. So like let's say baby you. So like when you weren't getting to pick your own clothes, and then kind of like like cats and squirrels you. Would cats and squirrels you be into this to you now? And then would baby Ellie be into herself?
I feel like baby Ellie would be Quaking oats.
Quaker oats.
Quaker oats and the chocolate in this bitch. Is she making I was gonna say oatmeal shake. Anyways, yes, she'd be so stoked, because it's like baby Ellie just like desperately wanted like that femininity that I was like, I want to say denying, because that sounds very dramatic for no reason. But I feel like because we were like, my family was very utilitarian with clothes and everything, like it was a waste of time to like have a cute dress that you're only gonna wear for like this one particular event. Like why the fuck would you wear like light colored pastel things? It's gonna get dirty. So like we always wore like dark colored stuff and everything. And I just remember I desperately wanted like that princess look, that moment.
Yeah.
And even like older young adult Ellie of like Cats and Squirrels, like my peak, I feel like I'd still be stoked on it, because like I feel like when I went through Cats and Squirrels, I like dipped into the pastel goth stage. The absolute gorilla grip.
Oh yes.
All of that shit. So I feel like she'd be really stoked. But I think a part of like, even in between like peak weeb Ellie, like I'm not like the other girls, that was the one, like middle school me. I think I would be absolutely like aghast at like of like not a bad way, but kind of like a but I thought we were not like the other girls.
We were different. We were different. We don't like pink.
No, oh my god, glitter.
I feel somewhat similarly. I think little kid me would just be like, oh, she's got some clothes on. Because again, it was kind of like, I wouldn't say like my mom liked to buy clothes and shoes and stuff, but like my mom again, I just dressed very generic little kid. Susie Carmichael was me. But like I think similarly, I think like she was a skater girl me, who was never a skater girl.
And she said, "See you later, girl."
Not at any point was I skating anywhere on anything. No.
Oh my god, did you? Okay, question. Side note, Asian. Were like the skater guys popular at your school because of that peak?
So in high school, yes. So in my high school, all of the like peak like emo scene boys, all of the swoopy doop hairs.
Are you balding at 16 or are you just swooping it?
Like literally hair from like the back of your head forward. So yes, the like skater boys were, and oh my gosh, there was this one dude, I'll never forget it. I don't remember his name anymore, but I remember when we were like juniors, he was like peak skater boy, right?
Right.
And he got a Mustang when he got his
Oh
license.
my god.
The ladies were clamoring, okay?
The grip-a-lot.
They were ready to like fight in the streets.
With their skaters. with their skaters. With their fucking skateboards.
With their skateboards. There was about to be a bloodbath. But yes, they were popular in my school. Very popular in my school.
Oh, that's so funny. For us, I feel like skater guys and stoners were like kind of hand in hand. So they were like popular, but not like, I don't know, mainstream popular, if that makes sense. Like he was popular among like the other outcasts and everything. And I just remember the day I found out that like the skater guy that I thought was cute had a crush on me. I was like,
you were like, wow, I am a goddess.
Just because I'm not like other girls.
Oh no.
Oh, who is pink and lip gloss? Ew.
Oh. Yeah. We were vile.
Truly. And like, look, if you're in that phase, there's nothing wrong with liking shit. Okay, it's versatility.
Right? Yes, that is a note for, obviously you can dislike what you dislike, 100%. Not everybody is into lip gloss, and that's totally fine.
Valid. Those bitches are sticky.
Right, a lot of times they are. But I think a lot of times, like we said earlier, I think women and people who present as women and people who identify as women, we often feel like, oh, we've got to like separate ourselves from everybody else.
No, and it's so fucked up because if you think about it, like I just remember even as recent as like when I was in college, is like I remember I would just constantly get shit on for trying to do feminine things. Like you do not
really?
Yeah, like portfolios and stuff like that. You do not, yeah, it can be frilly, but it can't be like pink and sparkly and girly, because it's just, you know, like if you think about it in society, pink is like weak and frail and shit like that. But it's like, again, when you think of like futuristic, it's like cold, it's straight lines, it's like a lot of shit. But I just remember I actively was like discouraged from my teachers. Shout out to my teachers. I know you're all watching this.
Oh, of course. They also are.
All you fucks. You all are watching it with Nomura.
With Nomura.
Like, it was just, I just remember being actively discouraged. And I think that was another thing too of like fighting that, like, when I was in my not like the other girl phase of like, you know, you don't want to be like the other girls because it's like being pink and frail and frilly is like weak and like not as like tough as like the Avril Lavigne tie in your little cargo pants.
In your cargo pants. Yeah, that I do think is, I think it sucks, and I think a lot of us go through that phase, or probably more of us than even like I realized at that point in time. But I do think like young me would be not necessarily disgusted, because I do think I do still have some of those kind of alternative notes in a lot of the outfits I choose, but I do think a lot of the things I do choose, like floral prints and certain pastels and certain colors, that because I used to be heavy, just like solid, like black. I used to spice it up if I would throw like a red in. Would be completely shocked by quaking by some of the things that I do pick now. So gotta love young me.
I just love the idea of like isekai young me to like now, and she'd be like, what the fuck is this?
And you'd be like, we look great, don't we?
You'll love to see it. I know you don't like pink, but you do like pink because you're a dirty liar.
You're a dirty liar. Yeah. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And you know what? Like, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being girly. Our ring light is literally a heart shape.
Okay? Purchase specifically because it was a heart shape.
Right?
Like, specifically was like, ooh, well, that's cute.
Yeah. And like even look at our dumpster, our mascot, our like galaxy dumpster. She's pink and purple and she's smiling through the pain. And she's on fire.
Ha. A mood. Oh man. Well, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining, Tamora. You'll love to see it.
See you next time. Appreciate it.
It's been great. Thank you for listening to our screams and our, I don't know.
Cackling.
Our cackling.
There's a fair amount of cackling.
Our witch's cackle.
Love that. Oh gosh. But we will see you in the next episode.
On Betwixt.
Two Thots. Bye.
Bye.